Hello and welcome to your broken galaxy. I am broken, and today I'm going to be asking the eminently relevant question, what if the younglings defeated Darth Vader? So the battle in Palpatine's office goes like normal. Mace is all amazing, takes down the Chancellor. He's like, you know what, I better murder you. And Anakin's like, please, and cuts off his hand. Zap, zap. Mace goes flying out the window. So Sid stands up and is like, I'm going to call you Darth Vader. Go kill them Jedi. And Anakin's like, oh yeah, sure, that sounds like a totally reasonable thing for me to do right now. So Anakin walks into the temple with a whole bunch of clones and starts executing like crazy. Somebody ended up telling him all these little Jedi babies went up to the council chambers. So they go up there, and then Anakin walks in, and a little British one is like, look, it's our longtime friend, Anakin Skywalker, hero of the Republic. And Anakin's like, please, and ignites his lightsaber. So the Brit boy, he backs up in shock, and then he grits his teeth, narrows his eyes, looks at the other younglings on his right, looks at the younglings on his left, and he ignites his lightsaber. All the other little Jedi are like, oh, dang, and they start popping their sabers off too. Anakin is, with a confused look on his face, is like, because he initially thought that killing younglings was going to be a walk in the park, so he's got this confused look on his face. You have betrayed the Jedi Order, a young Rhodian yells. You have forsaken the light, a human girl adds. You have abandoned all the goodness that was once within you, a Twilight boy offers. Anakin Skywalker, in the name of the Galactic Republic, you are under arrest, a 2-year-old Zabrak says. And Anakin's like, please, and jumps at the British boy. He lifts his saber up, deflecting Anakin's strike. So Vader, his saber didn't cut the boy, but the force of the blow did send him flying backwards several feet. A pair of human younglings rush at Vader from his right and throw simultaneous strikes, one at his leg, one at his torso. Vader steps over the lower strike and deflects the one to his midsection. Just then, a small-talk Rootin' boy jumps up and thrusts towards Vader's heart, the same time as a Twi'lek boy uses the Force to push his legs out from under him. Vader deflects the stab, but falls to the ground, first rolling and then popping up quickly to his feet. 5 small children jump at him in brilliant blues and greens. Vader jumps to avoid the attacks, batting away 2 of the sabers while dodging the other 3. His back is now against the wall. Over 20 toddlers with glow sticks are between him and the door. Throw! One of the baby Jedi yells, and 6 of them all throw their sabers at Vader. He raises his hand and uses the Force to stop all 6 blades as 12 of the younglings simultaneously jump at him, letting out various battle cries. Vader's eyes display an incredible rage against these horribly troublesome children. He tries to redirect the 5 sabers coming towards the incoming kids, but the younglings that originally threw them are each pulling on their sabers with the Force as hard as they can, and Vader is unable to get them to move. He again jumps away from the children to avoid their attacks. So, as he lands, he is met by the British boy in a flurry of strikes. Vader is baffled at the incredible strength of this child. He just barely manages to block the incoming blade. After a second, he kicks the child across the room, striking one of the chairs and toppling it over. Ha! You think you can defeat me? Anakin says. No, yells the British boy. I think we can defeat you. Simultaneously, 15 of the children raise their right hands and use a force push towards Anakin. His eyes widen, and he goes to raise his hand in defense to push back, but he's too late, and a wave of Force energy hits him and throws him hard against the wall, pinning him there. Vader is hanging on to consciousness through sheer willpower, but as he is trying to fight back, another several children all raise their hands towards his lightsaber and start pulling on it in the Force. No! He screams in anger. His grip starts to slip as he grits his teeth, and the little British Jedi babies all get to see his eyes grow deeper into darkness, bringing out the yellow and red of the Sith. Finally, the saber is pulled from his hand, and one of the younglings takes it, running out of the room as fast as he can. I will not let you defeat me, Vader screams, as he unknowingly pushes the Force out of with his yell, and the children all go toppling back. He grabs a 3-year-old by the lapel of his robe and pulls him towards himself. Grabbing the children's lightsaber with his other hand, he brings the child face up to his own and whispers to it, "It's time to die." He throws the child at the others, then leaps forward holding the short blue lightsaber he just stole from the kid. And he tries to strike the Togrutan boy in the head. He kicks a Twi'lek girl, then slashes 4 human children across the chest with a long arc. He force pushes another 2 standing behind him and begins to laugh with a deep and sinister nature, just like his master, Sidious. "You thought you had any power over me? I am power. The Sith are power. Unlimited power. Ah, ha, 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 ha." Vader looks down to see all of the Jedi younglings that he had just struck down are standing back up, and the smile on his face quickly turns to confusion at the sight, and then fear as he considers he might actually lose, then rage as he turns his gaze to the blue lightsaber in his hand. "These are freaking training sabers? I will kill you all with my bare hands!" So Anakin throws the saber in his hand at one of the children, hitting her in the head, then moves. The kids begin pummeling him with their sabers. With the fight commenced, he has used all of his effort to make sure not to get struck by a single saber strike. Even though they are weak little children, a saber could have cut him in an instant, but the dozen training sabers all striking him at once are no more than a minor nuisance. So he grabs 2 children, 1 in each hand, throws them by their throats, or lifts them by their throats, throws them in the air. Then suddenly his face contorts. He doesn't know what's happening. He drops one of the children and brings his free hand to his throat. After another second, he drops the other child and brings his second hand to his throat. He can't breathe. He doesn't know what's happening, and he is so freaking tired. He had no idea how much difficulty these brats would be. So he turns to see a floating open capsule near the door with a small green child and his 3-fingered hand extended and a determined look on his face. "Grogu!" Vader spits out in disgust, being force-choked by the child of Yoda's species. Vader clutches at his neck with one hand and reaches the other out towards Grogu. His vision starts to go blurry and dark, and after a few moments, Vader is dead. The children are relieved, but they are not happy. Anakin was their friend. Many of their masters have died, and after a few moments of somber silence, the British boy speaks up. "Come, everyone, it's time to go." Just then, a group of like 20 clones come bursting in and light up those kids. They all die. Nah, I'm just kidding. They lived. They all got away. So this is obviously a bit of a silly story, but every one of my stories are silly because I'm ridiculous. The whole idea is that 50 younglings could defeat Vader, and I'm glad they did, because he's a jerk. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and all that garbage.